What is the best school trip the UK will ever see or has ever seen? This debate has been going on for far too long. What have the teachers provided us in schools that will never be forgotten? And I'm so sorry, the trip is PGL. No, nothing else can top it. If your school didn't let you guys go to PGL, they violated. They didn't rate you. They just didn't. Or they're broke. One of the two. I don't think you lot get what went on at PGL back in the day. PGL got you rock climbing, kayaking, quad biking. Every activity you can think of was here. They even had the longest food. This canteen right here, don't know if you lot have memory, but yo, it was scran like no other. This trip was expensive. It was like £400 per student, but it was the best £400 your parents could invest into you becoming a different person. Because when I came back, I really understood life. You lot, I even got to the best part yet, the dorms, bro. The sleep time. You lot don't know about sharing the same room, the same dorm as your friends for 5 days straight, 5 nights. This was heaven on earth. The midnight talks in here. You could just talk about, you didn't even need phones back here. You didn't need no iPads, no phones, all you needed was your mouth and your ears. Convo! Get me back to PGL! What is the best sport to do in PE at school? This one's been in debate for years, decades, centuries, for a long time. What is the best sport people like doing? When it's time to pick the sport of PE, it's all eyes on the PE teacher. He has the power on choosing whether you're going to enjoy PE the year or you're going to hate it. That leaves us with what is the best sport. And the best sport has to be rugby. I'm so sorry. Before you football lads come on to me, hear me out, yeah? Hear me out. Playing rugby in school is the only time you can put your hands on another student in an aggressive way without getting in trouble. So if you've got beef, it can be settled here without any repercussions, no punishment. This is like the only place in the school where you can fight and tackle whoever you hate and you won't get in trouble because it's part of the sport. And don't get me wrong, football is my favourite sport, yeah? There's no sport that can top it, it's the best in the world. But it's just not it in school, especially when you're with dead ballers, you just want to go home. Rugby is the one. It is the one, not the second, the one. By the way, in the comments, I don't want to see any competition such as badminton or tennis or basketball. Just give it a rest, yeah? Leave them out. Yeah, it's just between rugby and football, yeah? Not badminton or table tennis. You lot don't know about isolation in school. What do you lots know about isolation? If you ain't been in here, you ain't bad. If you ain't been in here, you ain't bad. This is the HMP for school. They even put a divider between the walls so you can't see your friend on the left or right. All you see is the wall in front of you, dark. You lot don't know about sitting in here. You're even looking outside. You're seeing everyone on the playground and shit, and you're just up in here. I remember in school, I spent 2 days here. 8 to 4 p.m, home. Sleep the next day back in at 8. Got a bus case for the 3rd day. I could have been in there for 3 days, but I started crying in there and shit. The saddest part is you can't even go canteen. You have to get your food delivered to you. Delivered right here on this chair. Right here, you're eating here, bro, with no sounds around you. Even if you did go to the canteen, you had to get escorted by head of year or SLT, like some inmate, bro. Escorted, even got you with your hands down by your side. Hot. All I'm saying is you don't want to end up in here. It's not a flex till you're in. It's a flex wanting to go until you're in here. You want to be cool in that until you're here. Just stay out of trouble, man. It's not cool in here, man. Leave you with trauma and stuff. School has a lot of lessons, you lot, but what actually is the best lesson that there is in school? What one lesson makes people wake up in the morning and like, right, I actually want to go to school today? A lot of people are going to argue PE is the best lesson in school. Nope. A lot of people are going to argue Spanish or any language lesson, but no. But that actually leaves us with what is the best lesson, in my opinion. And the best lesson is food tech is the best lesson. Food technology. You lot don't know about food tech in school. Yeah, it is the best lesson that there is and that there will ever be. Food tech, if you don't know what food tech is, it is a lesson where you can come into school with any ingredients and you can cook whatever you desire. So if you want a Cornish pasty, you chef it up. If you want a curry, you can chef it up in school, an hour, just cooking. A lot of people are going to say, Ezekiel, how is it better than PE? But it is, and I'll tell you why. After you finish PE, right, you go to your next lesson with nothing. After you finish food tech, you have food for the whole day. So if you cook up a tuna salad, you got tuna salad the whole day and for after school. Or am I wrong? What do you guys think the best lesson is? Teachers hitting students in school. If you guys didn't know, back in the 1900s, yeah, teachers were allowed to hit students in schools until the 1980s. So it was allowed, yeah, it was fully legal. And then shortly after 1999, it was fully banned in schools. And it was fully legal as well, like teachers were allowed to hit students when they were bad behaved. And apparently it was good in schools. And the reason it got taken away, you lot, is because some parents, and it was a minority, did not agree on this, and then that minority won. But there was a lot of parents who agreed with letting their children get hit at school for better behaviour. What do you lot think though? Should hitting be like reconsidered in schools? I know it will never be, yeah, because society is changed, but apparently it's been psychologically proven or something that children would behave a lot better if they knew if they misbehaved they'd get hit by the teacher. Now, I'm not giving my opinion too tough here, and of course I don't want this back in schools myself personally, but I feel like if I was in school, right, and I knew I was getting hit if I didn't behave, I would not misbehave at all. Like, I'd be so good. It's a great incentive, I think, but again, at the same time, it's very cruel to children to get hit by an adult, obviously. But what do you lot think about this rule though? In full honesty, what do you think? Let me know. I got a bone to pick with these type of students in school, big man thing. Who were the guys in school who ate gum and then put it under the desk? Like, they'd eat it and just slap it under, bro, with no care in the world. Yo, like, people just eat gum and just put it under the desk, bro, and just let it marinate under there. Instead of going to the bin like a normal civilian, guys would just slam it under the desk, bro. Just eat and put it under the desk. You know what's sad as well? It's the amount of people that actually do this. Like, I guarantee you, if you go to school and look under your desk, you will see masses of amounts of gum. Yeah, and it's not just desks, you lot. It's not just desks. It's under chairs as well, you lot. It's under the chairs. I remember one time in school, yeah, teacher was like, move chairs for me, please. I started moving a chair, I picked it up, and I felt something. And I was like, nah, this can't be. I turned the chair over, I threw up, bro. It's just disgraceful, bro. It's disgraceful. And you know what's the worst part? The cleaners have to take care of this. Yeah, they're the ones who have got to scrape this shit up. People don't know that, man. They'll just put the gum under with no care. But the cleaners on their minimum wage jobs, on their £7 an hour, okay, I think that's too low, but you know what I mean? They have to scrape this. It's actually peak. What is the best language subject to be taught in UK schools, yeah? What is it? When it's time to lock in and choose the GCSE language subject you want to do, you got to think long and hard, which one do I actually want to do? It's a very, very hard choice. In UK schools, you got 4 choices to choose from. You got Spanish, yeah? Some schools do German. A lot of schools actually do German. Yeah, German. You've obviously got probably the most popular one. You got French. Bonjour, sweets, je vais beverly. Don't know what that says. And a lot of schools also do Chinese as well. But what language subject actually is the one that makes the most sense, the one that hits the most? What genuinely is the most fascinating subject out of them all? Like, which subject is actually the best, you lot? It has to be Spanish. It has to be. There's nothing else as good as Spanish. Spanish is just so easy. The way, like, it comes off your tongue when you speak their language, it's so simple. Then you got lessons like German, which are very, like, hard to pronounce. They're very, like, did you get it? Same with French. It's too... Spanish is more just like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Je suis valet.